Hey guys, Jen here. So I have a really super cute project that we're going to do today. I'm really excited about it. I've wanted to do it for a very long time. And we are currently moving, and so I thought this would be the perfect project to put at my new house. So we're making one of those welcome signs that you prop up against the side of your house, or sometimes people put the word home on them and then change the O in and out. So the one I'm going to make today is going to say welcome, and at the bottom, to our home. So the supplies you need are some paint or some stain, some lettering. I'm going to print right off of Google, but you need this board back here. And this was really, it wasn't very expensive. I think I paid $9 for this board, but what I like about it is it's the perfect size. I don't have to do any cutting on it at all. No nailing, no gluing, nothing. So this is the perfect size. It is a 1/2 inch thick. It is 6 feet tall, and it is 9.5 inches across. So it is the perfect size. I did see some other things that could be used when I was at Home Depot, and that are some fence pickets. Those were really cheap. I think they were like $1.25 or something like that a piece. But for those, I would have to somehow nail them together or glue them together. And for this project, I really wanted something simple, because like I said, we're moving. And so I really just wanted a quick craft that I could put together and not have to do a lot of nailing and screwing and gluing and stuff like that. So I really wanted this. This is a perfect craft. So at Home Depot, this board is called a common board, and you'll see they had lots of them. They had some 6 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet tall, but I really liked the width of this one. They had some that weren't as wide, but for me, when I started looking at them, I just really liked this one. So let's get started. Alright guys, so we are outside. I have got my board on a makeshift sawhorse. So if you hear lots of noise, it's because it's a beautiful day and all my neighbors are outside doing something. So I have my board sitting on 2 cans of paint. Over here I have my Minwax in, what color is this? Espresso 273. I couldn't find the gel finish, so we're going to go ahead and use this. I've never used stain before, so we'll see. I've got some rubber gloves, and I've got an old sock that we're going to stain with. So I'm going to do this. I can't videotape it and do it at the same time, obviously, so I will give this a coat and then get back with you. Okay, you guys, so this is one coat. It's beautiful. It literally took like 5 minutes to do one side. I'm going to let it dry and flip it over and do the other side. The directions say to let it sit 5 to 15 minutes depending on how dark you want it, and then just wipe it off with the cloth. So I really like the color it is now, so I probably won't let it sit too long on it. This is kind of a transparent stain, and so it really brings the body of the wood through. So and the other thing is, as I was staining, the smell brought back memories of junior high shop class, where apparently I have stained before. I just didn't remember it. So I will wipe this off and then we'll flip it over and do the other side. But other than that, I think we're almost done here. Okay guys, so I have this all printed out, and it's looking kind of weird because this is such a large project. I can't very well, put it down on my desk and show you guys. So I'll start with my font for welcome is elephant, and I did it in bold. And then the font size I used is 460 point. And then down here at the bottom, I put, don't mind my mess, to our home, and that is in the font Michaela Garden. And the to our home to our is in 300 point, and home is in 370 point. At the top, I brought my W down 8 inches, and then there are 2 inches between each letter, and then I just tried my best to measure on the sides to make sure that it was in the middle. So now, what I'm going to do, and I just use Scotch tape to put those on there for right now, and I just printed those off on Word. So I usually will color on the back and then do chalk, but I think since this is wood, I can push down really, really hard on my pencil and make an indent on the wood to trace my letter. So I am going to try and do that with the W really quick and see if that works. Yeah, I mean, if I think that the wood is too dark um, to really be able to tell. Oh, maybe not. I can see it. Let me just keep going on the W. I'm just pushing down really hard to try and to actually indent the wood. Yeah, you can see it pretty good. All right, I'm going to trace it again, trace the rest of my letters, and then we'll paint. So what I did is I traced this on my board, and I decided to go ahead and do one letter at a time just so that I don't mess up any of my other letters here. So once you have a light on it, I know it's hard to see in the camera, but I can see kind of at an angle that I can see the indent. So I'm going to use this oil-based Sharpie. I have my painter's pen that I usually use, but I only have one. And I'm afraid I won't have enough, and I have two of these. So I'm going to trace this in white along the indent that I made. And then we'll do all the other letters the same way. But I am going to do them one at a time. Now if you wanted to use the chalk way, that's totally cool. I just thought I could do it without it this time and show you guys just a different method or technique, if you will. Alright, so there is our W, and now I get to color it in with this oil-based Sharpie. So I will not bore you with my coloring skills, so I will go ahead and do this off camera, but I am going to do this for all the rest of the letters. Alright guys, my W is done. However, I switched out my paint pen for Nimbus Waverly chalk paint in the color Nimbus. The paint pen, I just didn't like the strokes that I was seeing. So I'm using the chalk paint. This one was 3 coats of the chalk paint, and I was using my heat gun each time. I got this really cool heat gun by Chandler. One of my students gave me an Amazon gift card and I was able to get that tool that I have been wanting forever. It's about $25, really good investment. You can hit it with on your paint and it dries it super, super fast. So you're able to coat in between, or paint in between coats, or dry in between coats a lot quicker. So now we're going to work on our E. And so I'm using the chalk paint in Nimbus. I really, really hate hand painting just because I am not confident, I guess, in my painting skills with the paintbrush. So we're doing the best we can here. But, you know, this is going to be a sign from far away. It's not going to be up close. You'll definitely be able to see that it says welcome. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Okay, so I have the welcome to our home finished. Again, don't mind my mouth. And I think it turned out really well. So I am going to let this dry overnight. And then tomorrow I'm going to seal it with some polyacrylic. And then we will decorate with some ribbons. Alright guys, so we are back outside. I'm in my little slip of shade I have here. I put a coat of polyacrylic on the back, and I just put a coat on the front. I am using the water-based polyacrylic in clear satin, and I will give it another coat on the top just to make sure that it is well protected. Back inside the house, I am finished with my polyacrylic, 2 coats of it. I will tell you this sign for me is going to be under a covered porch, so I don't have to worry about any of the UV protection. But polyacrylic does change the colors if it's going to be in direct sunlight, so you'll want to use a different type of sealer that has UV protection. And so now we're going to put some ribbons on. So I have a couple choices, and I'm going to just kind of play with it to see what I like. So I like this green polka dot. This came from Old Time Pottery. It was $2.99. Of course, I got it on sale. Then I got this really pretty burlap sunflower from Old Time Pottery. This one was $4.99, but it was on clearance. Then Walmart has these really pretty burlap ribbons that are out right now from the Off-Ray brand, and they're only $1. So I grabbed a couple of these. I don't know if I'll use these or not. They just kind of match the color scheme, so I grabbed those. And then I also have from Dollar Tree, I have some polka dot, and I have some of this white chevron, which I'm probably going to use. But so I'm just going to kind of play with this and make a little bow to put at the top, and I'm going to wrap some twine around the bottom as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I wanted to talk to you guys real quick about ribbon. So the Dollar Tree ribbon is, you get 9 feet for $1, and at Old Time Pottery you get 10 yards, so 30 feet for $3. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of tell you that even though this is $3, this is a really good deal on ribbon at Old Time Pottery. So if you guys have an Old Time Pottery near you, definitely consider them when you're buying your ribbon. Alright, I have cut all of my ribbon at 40 inches. And we're going to dovetail the ends. So I take my ribbon and I fold it in half. And then I clip from the folded side to the open side. And that gives you that nice little dovetail. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack my ribbon. So I want to go green. Then I'm going to put my sunflower on top. And then my burlap from the Dollar Tree. Then my chevron from the Dollar Tree. And just make sure that they're all nice and stacked. Now the other thing that you're going to need is some jute string. So I'm just going to cut off a piece of jute from the Dollar Tree. This is probably way too much, but we'll see. I might like how it has tails. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to keep this in frame, is I'm going to wrap this around and then tie it with some jute, just like this. So all my tails are going to be showing the pattern, okay? But I'm going to do it up here, okay? So let me do that real quick, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I want to show you my bow. How cute is that? I did kind of trim off my tails just so that they were alternating in length a little bit. Like I made the chevron a little shorter, the green one a little shorter, just so that you can see all the colors. And I really think it's cute. I didn't hot glue anything, because I want to be able to change this out. Like, so for Christmas time, I'll put Christmas ribbon or whatever. I did leave my jute string hanging in here because I think that's really cute. I am going to wrap some jute around the bottom, so that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so I'm in the process of wrapping my jute around here, and I injured myself. Ouch! So I didn't even realize it until I noticed I have blood on my jute string. So we'll get a band-aid and come back. Alright, so product plug here. These band-aids are made by True Color Bandages. They are skin tone bandages, and I love, love, love them because they match my son's skin tone. They don't match mine, but Target carries these and they come in all different colors, so absolutely love these. Okay, I want to show you this real quick. So here is the back of the twine. I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to get better in frame. So there's the back, and I just wrapped it around until it came back to the front and or to the back and just tied a knot. So the front of it looks like this. Just to give it a little more texture down at the bottom. You don't have to do this part if you're not a big fan of jute string. I just thought it really added some texture down at the bottom. But other than that, guys, it is done. I'm so excited about this. I will give you guys a better picture of this later. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like now. I'll give you a nice close-up of my bow. So cute. I'm very, very happy the way this turned out. I love the twine at the bottom. I cannot wait to have this at my new house. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and until next time, keep crafting.